In his book, Nutrition and Physical Degeneration, Weston Price, the Ohio dentist-turned-documentarian of traditional peoples and their diets, recounted the experience of a prospector who went blind while crossing a high plateau in the Rocky Mountains. The prospector was discovered by a Native American who fed him the flesh and the head and the tissues of the back of the eyes, including the eyes, of a trout. Within a few hours, the prospector's sight began to return, and a few hours after that, his sight was normal. Today we know that this type of temporary blindness can be caused by a deficiency of vitamin A. We also know that the eyes and the heads of fish are rich in retinol, preformed vitamin A. Another example is the use of special preconception diets of mothers-to-be, and sometimes fathers-to-be, in traditional cultures like the Maasai, who only allowed marriage and pregnancy after couples spent months drinking nutrient-rich milk from cows who grazed during the lush wet season. Other cultures used special foods like fish eggs, animal glands, spider crabs, or even the ashes of certain plants to supply additional amounts of nutrients that are important for fetal development, such as choline, iodine, vitamins A, D, and K, and EPA and DHA. And almost all traditional diets contained liver and other organ meats, bones and skin, fats, seafood, and wild plants, all of which are also high in nutrients crucial for pregnancy and lactation. Today, unfortunately, much of this ancient and time-tested wisdom has fallen by the wayside. Organ meats, bone broths, skin and cartilage, fish eggs, egg yolks, and many other nutrient-dense parts of animals consumed have all but disappeared from the modern diet. Your grandparents may have eaten these foods, but chances are you don't. This has happened in large part because of the misguided campaigns against saturated fat, cholesterol, and red meat. But it's also a consequence of our love for all things modern and our tendency to discount the knowledge of the past. The problem is that these now unpopular foods provide nutrients that work synergistically with those found in more commonly eaten foods and are difficult to obtain elsewhere in the diet. In other words, we may be well fed, but we're undernourished. The solution is to return to the practice of our ancestors and eat from nose to tail. This means eating not only the lean muscle meat, like steak or chicken breast, of animals, but also the organs, skin, cartilage, bones, and fattier cuts. These parts of the animal contain nutrients that work best when combined with the nutrients found in muscle meats and other lean proteins. For example, the amino acid methionine, which is abundant in lean proteins, can't fulfill its important functions without adequate amounts of B vitamins, especially B6, B12, and folate, choline, and glycine. Vitamin A is crucial for a variety of biochemical processes in the body, yet it is found in significant amounts only in the liver of land mammals and the liver oils of fish. Beta-carotene, which is found in vegetables like carrots and red peppers, is often mistakenly referred to as vitamin A. However, while some beta-carotene can be converted into vitamin A in humans, that amount is very small, about 3% in the case of raw carrots. Too much vitamin A without enough vitamin D promotes bone loss, whereas too much vitamin D without enough vitamin A leads to kidney and bladder stones and calcification of the arteries. Vitamin K2 works in concert with vitamins A and D to regulate calcium metabolism. With this in mind, I suggest balancing your intake of lean meats and fish with liberal amounts of choline, glycine, B vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin K2. You can do that by following these guidelines. Consume 1/2 to 1 cup of homemade bone broth daily, in soups, sauces, stews, or as a beverage. Eat tougher cuts of meat.